Hello out there, this is Toy Customizer Wakeangel2K1 coming at you with another Transformers toy review. And after all these years and all the new toys that have come out, I still find that Transformers Animated is my favorite Transformers toy line. I mean, the Generations line is really cool. I love the Combiner Wars stuff that's coming out. But, you know, like, I just can't get past how amazing a lot of the animated toys looked, and my biggest regret is that I don't own a lot more of them. Of course, thanks to eBay, that can be easily corrected, as I finally have Jazz. Now, there have been many Jazzes over the years. There's been a Generations Jazz, the new Robots in Disguise toy line has a really good Jazz. There's just a lot of good Jazz toys out there, but this one has to be my favorite. So let's get a good look at him. Zoom in. I love that face sculpt. I need a smoother panning tripod. Yeah, that is a great face sculpt. It's very stoic and heroic, and he has that visor thing going on. That is just a great head. I love it. I love it. And then you see his broad car hood chest. God, I love the car hood chest. That just always works. And the way it comes out to form that massive pectoral rack. This guy just looks strong. And underneath that, his waist is so slim. I've actually seen some people repaint this thing as a female robot, and it kind of works. And then you have like he just carries all the car parts so well in this robot mode. Like the fenders and the wheels are in exactly the right places to look good, and his sidearm, like those car exhaust things coming out of his elbows just look so good. There is absolutely no kibble on his back either. It's just the windshield and the hood of the car, and they're like flat. I mean, I can't believe that this looks so good. I've seen so many pictures of it on the internet, but God, it just looks so freaking fantastic. I mean, everything is exactly where it should be to just look awesome. And when you see a lot of other Transformers that have like gigantic chunks of cars stuck onto them, you like wonder, like, why can't more of them be like Jazz, you know? Jazz's articulation is also absolutely spectacular. His head is on a ball joint, affording it just a little bit of tilt, but mostly it can turn. He can look up and down pretty well too, so that's all well and good. He has ball jointed shoulders, which get plenty of range. A bicep swivel right there under the shoulder, and really good double jointed elbows that can do that. I don't think a human elbow has that kind of range. That is awesome. He has a waist joint. This is something that's kind of scarce on a lot of Transformers toys because of their transformation. Really good ball jointed hips that have a lot of range. He has a thigh swivel directly above his knee, and a really deep knee bend because it's part of the transformation, and even his foot can move a bit. It can toe. It can't tilt, but it can toe pretty good. And his legs are sculpted in such a way that he can easily have an akimbo A stance rather than a stock straight kind of thing. So his articulation is bloody fantastic, and he can take on a lot of really awesome poses. Also, because he has so little kibble, his balance is really, really good. Since there's no huge car chunks hanging off of him, he stands pretty rock solid and can take on pretty extreme poses without any fear of falling over. For accessories, you unplug his exhaust, and they become really cool little nunchucks with a nylon thread and everything. Getting him to hold them is as simple as pushing them up from underneath his hand, which can occasionally be a little bit counterintuitive because you're used to being able to load things from the top, but it works good, and they fit in there pretty well. And thanks to the supreme posability of his arms, you can actually get quite a bit of expressive range. And oh yeah, he has wrist articulation. It looks a little bit weird because of the inward curl of his hand, but it still works for posing with the nunchucks. Yeah. So basically, Jazz is pretty much the perfect car former. I don't think I've ever seen something so good looking. Let's get a couple of quick size comparisons in. And so here is my brand new, after a fashion, animated Jazz standing next to a couple other figures from right around my desk. A Generations RC and an RID strong arm. And well, this just goes to show that Transformers Animated was such a magical toy line because it took place in just the perfect time. That time when Transformers Deluxes were just a bit bigger and denser than usual. Like TJ Omega has revealed that back in the Beast Wars era, Deluxe toys were about the same size and weight as Deluxe toys of today. But that's not the peak of their size. Like, I think Animated represents when we had the biggest Deluxes with the densest, heaviest plastics. That's why these just feel so chunky and good. Like the Generations toys, they look great in engineering, but they're also very light and kind of small. And these guys, their engineering is also simplified, and they're about the same size. But look, this is just big. He's tall and impressive looking, and that's just prime. Okay, so let's get these ladies out of the way and talk about his transformation. I'm not going to do the entire transformation on camera, but there is one thing I wanted to note about it. Up here in his arm. See, you twist around that thing to form the exhaust for the side of the car, but then the door panel on his forearm swings around to complete the transformation. That is such a subtle bit of the transformation that I didn't notice it at first. I had this guy for a day playing with him like with his arms like this, and I thought that was fine. We never get this kind of engineering anymore. We're always getting car Transformers with like a big door panel on their forearm that doesn't do anything from one mode to the next. But this guy, he actually swings it around so that it appears more natural as an arm panel instead of just looking like a door stuck to his arm. I really like that they went that extra mile to make sure his transformation was just that extra little bit tighter. Okay, so let's get him into vehicle mode. And here we see why this was the version of Jazz that I had to get. Like I said, there have been plenty of really good Jazzes out there, but this is the only version of Jazz that I wanted because just look at this car mode. It is simultaneously the most awesome and most adorable car that I have ever seen a Transformer become. I mean, I don't know how they did it. It is again, I can see why some people would repaint this into a female robot, but just look at it. And look at the detailing. I mean, it has the unmistakable Jazz pinstripes. The Elite Guard Autobot symbol from his hood chest is right here up front. I love the headlights. I love the rear view mirrors, how they look like cone-like. Like, this thing looks like a chibi Batmobile. It is so cute, yet so cool. And this is just like it rolls pretty well. And I could not have any other Jazz except for this. Like, if anybody gave me another Jazz, I would hold that Jazz in my hand and I would look at it and I would think, man, I really wish I had the animated version. And one more impressive thing is that this is another one of those pseudo mass shifters, like one that gives you a surprisingly small vehicle mode for how tall the robot is. Cause let's bring out our size comparisons again. There's a Strong Arm with her gigantic boxy truck, which is taller, fatter, and wider than this thing. Like, and we bring out tiny little RC, which, if you look, although she Although RC has a slightly lower profile than Jazz, you can see that she is both... Well, she's not... Well, she's about the same length. Jazz is bigger than her, but only barely. I mean, it's mostly because of his little cartoon aesthetic. So, but it's amazing that despite how much bigger and bulkier the robot mode is than RC's robot mode, the vehicle mode is almost the same size. That takes quite a lot of parts compression, and because of that, the vehicle feels really dense and hefty. It's a great toy. So yes, Jazz is animated Jazz is my favorite depiction of the character in toy form. I would really recommend that you try to find this thing if you can. He goes on eBay for pretty reasonable prices, and there's like a silver repaint of him for like a Cyber Ninja Deco or something like that. But the original colors aren't hard to find online, and I would really recommend trying to track one down because it is just so fantastic in every way. His transformation is wonderful, this vehicle mode is just great, and his robot mode is absolutely fantastic. If you're a Transformers fan and you love the G1 characters, you owe it to yourself to try and track down this particular interpretation of Jazz. This is Wakeangel2K1, and I'm signing off.